Hello students, I hope you all are at the pink of your health. You're following all the instructions given by the government and the doctors. You're staying at home and studying at home. So here we are with the third video of business studies. I believe you must have gone through the previous videos before coming to this. Still, we will just recapitalize the topics we have discussed in the earlier videos. In the first video, we have discussed nature and significance of management. Nature and significance of management, we have done what is management, what are the features of management, objectives, why it is done, and what are the importance of management. As you have seen in the videos, we have seen that management is a very important factor. It is all pervasive, it is found everywhere, and without it anything is zero. In the second video, we have discussed the second chapter of your first unit, that is management as art, science and profession. In this video, we have compared the features of art, science and profession with the features of management, and after comparing, we concluded that management can be called a pure art, a soft science and a budding or a developing profession. So now in this third video today, we will discuss the third chapter of your first unit, that is level and functions of management. Now before starting the level of management, first we will understand what are the level of organization. Now what is the organization? Organization means any business unit which we are talking about. Now here when we are discussing this management, we are not discussing it for a small business but a large scale business. So in an organization, there are two levels. Level of organizations has two levels, managerial level and non-managerial level. Now from the name itself you can understand managerial level means that level in which the managers stand. Managers means manager is one who is inspiring or guiding someone, who has some subordinates to look after. So a manager is someone who manages somebody. So in managerial level, there are those posts or those members who manage someone or the other, who manages his or her employees or subordinates. But in the non-managerial level, we don't have any managers. Means we in this level we have those members who are just being managed by someone, but they do not manage anyone else. For example, like who can be in this level? That is workers or laborers, because workers and laborers are at the lowermost level. They are on the platform level and they don't have any subordinates to manage. They are being managed by their superiors, and that is why it is called non-managerial level, because they don't manage anybody. So because it is in the name itself it says non-managerial, that is why we do not count this level in the level of management. In level of management, only three levels are counted which comes under managerial level. This is top level, middle level and lower level. Now we will discuss these three levels in detail. So now we will discuss the three levels of management, that is top level, middle level and lower level. Now it is not a hard and fast rule that every organization should have these three levels. The number of levels of management depends upon the necessity, the need and the size of the organization. If the size is bigger, you can have more than also, and if it is a smaller size, you can have less than also. So the number of levels depends upon the necessity and the size of your organization. But as we study in this chapter, ideally we study there are three levels of management, that is top level, middle level and lower level. So basically in this chapter, what we are going to study is who all people, who are the members of these levels. So you should be able to recognize by the name itself. In exam also, from the exam point of view, if I say, they can ask you, they can give you any name and ask you in which level does they work in an organization. So you must be able to recognize by the name itself that this post or this member works in such and such level. So first you have to recognize these names. You have to understand that which post or which member belongs to which level, and secondly, what are their functions. These are the functions which are performed by these people. So first we will discuss top level. In top level management, we have these are the name of the posts which we have in top level management. First is board of directors, shareholders, president, CEO, chairperson, MD means managing director, general manager. So these are the names which you hear in this top level management. By the name itself, you can understand that top level management, which is the uppermost level of any management, they belongs to the owners. The owners or the managers who are directly answerable to the owners belongs to this level. Now, what are the functions of top level managers? First is determining objectives. Determining objectives means they set the objective for an organization. Now, you all know that whenever a business unit is started, it is started with an objective or with an aim to be fulfilled. So that objective for a particular time of period is being determined by top level management, because they are ultimately the owners of the organization and they only decide what is going to be achieved by the business or the organization. So first function of top level managers is to determine objective, that whatever objective we are going to achieve in a particular period of time, say for 1 month or for 1 year or whatever period you mention there. Now the second function is determining policies. Now whatever objectives we have made, to fulfill that objectives, what are the policies we will work with, those policies are determined by top level management. Now what are the policies? Policies are the guidelines, or they are the statements which help the managers to take any decision. Whatever decisions are taken by their subordinates, these policies are being made by top level management to be given to the middle level managers, because middle level managers have to take many decisions. So they take all those decisions regarding or after consulting these policies. So these policies through which, after reading or after going through these policies only, the middle level managers will take any decision. So these policies are made by top level managers. Third function is determining activities. Whatever objective we have decided, though to fulfill that objective, what are the number of activities we are going to perform. So all those activities are also listed down by top level managers. They tell you whatever activities are going to be done. For example, we are a manufacturing unit and we are going to manufacture. Our objective is that this year we will sell at least 10,000 units of whatever product you are making. So to achieve that objective, whatever activities you are going to perform, like sales, like production, purchase, all the activities, those activities are determined or written down by top level managers. Now these three, and after these three, now first we have made the objective, we have written down the policies, we have also written down what are the activities we are going to perform. Now to achieve this objective and to perform all these activities, what all resources will be needed by the organization, those resources are assembled by top level managers. Assembling resources means whatever resources. Resources, as we have discussed in the first video, there are two types of resources: human resource and material resource. Human resource means all the employees of the organization, and material resource, all the other resources like furniture, plant, machinery, building, everything else which we need to achieve our objective, all those comes under material resources. So all those resources are being assembled. Assembled means to gather it by top level manager. They see whatever is needed, and the very important resource, which is capital, because all the other resources are managed by capital itself. So from where we will arrange the capital, how it will be arranged, how it will be utilized, all these resources are assembled by top level managers. Next is controlling performance. Now after giving you all the things, making the objective, giving you all the policies and determining the activities, and also giving you all the resources, after that it is their topmost duty to control the work performance. Means they will see whether the work is being done in the prescribed manner or not, because it is whatever loss or profit will be done by the organization, it will ultimately it will influence them, or it will affect the top level managers only. So it is very important to monitor the work performance being done. They see whether the work done by all the managers is being done properly or not. And the last is approving budgets. Whatever budgets are being given, now the middle level managers, whatever money they need whatever, for example, the purchase manager need some funds to purchase raw material. So the purchase manager gives the for approval of for the money he wants, he has to take permission from the top level managers, because they are the ultimate owners of the organization and all the money is in their hand. So they must get the budget approved, whatever money they need. So approving the budgets made by the lower managers is also done by top level managers. So this is the first level, that is top level. Now the second level, middle level managers. Middle level managers, now first we will see who are there in the middle level. As you can see, departmental managers, deputy departmental managers, operational or we can say functional managers. All these managers come under middle level. In middle level there are, like for example, purchase manager, production manager, finance manager, human resource manager, personal manager, then you can say sales manager. All these managers, whatever activities are being performed, for each and every activity we have a different department in middle level, and for the head of that department is the middle level manager. Okay, so now we'll see what are the functions performed by these managers. First is interpreting policies. Interpreting policies means, now these policies which are being made by top level. Now as I have told you that time also, that top level manager make these policies to be given, to be performed, to be used by middle level managers. So what middle level managers do? They interpret policies. Interpret means to understand. Whatever policies are made by top level managers, they are being understood by departmental managers, and they use these policies to instruct their subordinates. Whoever subordinates are working under departmental managers, these policies are being used by them to take any decisions regarding that particular department. Appointing employees. For every department, the head of the department, he or she, they appoint the employees. For example, purchase manager, if some or the other their subordinate is going to leave the job for any reason, then he knows that a post is being emptied. So it is his duty to fill that post again. So appointing employees, whatever, for each and every department, its departmental head is responsible for all the people working in that particular department, and he or he appoints the employees for that particular department. Next is assigning necessary duties. Assigning necessary duties means whoever employees are appointed by the departmental managers, to tell them what are their duties, what are the duties they are going to perform, and they are answerable to whom. All these instructions are given by departmental managers to their subordinates. Next is motivating employees. Motivating employees means whoever employees are working under departmental heads, it is their duty to motivate them. If they see they are not working in a good proper way, or they are wasting time, or they are wasting resources, it is departmental heads who are responsible for all those activities, and hence they only have to take care that employees works in a positive manner, and for that they need to motivate them, inspire them by some way or the other. And the last function of this level manager is creating cooperation. Creating cooperation means, as I said, in middle level there are many departments like finance department, purchase department, production department, sales department, human resource department, HR department. There are many departments in a particular organization. So creating cooperation between all of them, because act of one department, it necessarily affects the other department. If one department is not doing job properly, then it will delay or it will affect the work of other department. And as we have said, that all the employees of an organization are working collectively for a particular objective, and that objective is organizational objective. So if one department doesn't work in a proper way, it will affect the whole work. So that is why it is very important that all the departmental heads should have cooperation between them, and to create that cooperation, it is their only duty. So this is also a function of middle level managers, that there should be cooperation between them and also their subordinates. And another last, lower level. In lower level we have these managers, supervisors, foremen, superintendent. Now as you can see, supervisors, by the name itself you can see that supervisors are those people who are supervising the platform level. Under this we have one more level, platform level. Platform level means where it is not non-managerial level, because there are no managers there. There are only workers or laborers who are not managing anyone else, and that is why it doesn't come in level of management. So this lower level, as you see, top level is managing middle level is managing lower level, and lower level is managing the laborers. So what are the function of lower level? First is overseeing efforts of actual workforce. Now what do you mean by actual workforce? Actual workforce means the laborer or the workers. We use this word workforce for the number of employees we have, number of workers we have in our organization at the platform level. So now, as you know, top level management is making policies and objectives, everything, assembling resources. Middle level managers are seeing that all the policies are being followed. They are motivating employees. They are creating cooperation. And lower level management, now the actual workforce or the workers who are actually responsible for downfall or rise of any company, because they are the people who are working for the company day and night. So to manage this, the lower level managers are in the direct contact with the laborers or the workers. So their function is to oversee means to supervise, to see whether they are working properly or not. They should not waste their time, they should not waste resources, they should be trained enough to do that particular activity which is being assigned to them. So all these things are taken care of by lower level managers. Next is interacting with actual workforce. Interacting means to communicate. Because they are the last level which are in direct contact with actual workforce. So it is their duty to interact with them, to talk, to communicate with them, to know their suggestions, to give them instructions, to train them, to hear their queries, to, if they have some quarrels, to settle them down. So all these duties are there of lower level managers. Next is ensuring quality and minimizing wastage. Quality of work, because they are in direct contact with workers, and workers are doing the actual work. They are producing whatever production. If you have a production house, they are the person who are actually producing our goods. So it is lower level managers' duty to see whether the quality of product which we are making is maintained. The quality should not fall down, because if quality falls, our image, the public image also falls. So it is their duty to see that workers are working properly and the quality of the product is being maintained, and also wastage is not done, because whatever wastage is done, it adds to your cost of production and minimizes your profit margin, and that is why wastage should not be there. So it is also their function. And the last is maintaining safety standards. Now this is very important, because the workers are our asset of any company. If the workers are not safe at work, then it will ultimately affect your image, public image. If any of your worker goes through some mishap, or any accident is being taken place in your organization, then it will affect your public image. Also you have to pay compensations for all these things, and in society also, in the business, your industry also, your name falls. So it is very important to see that all our workers are safe enough, they are having good working facilities, they are having enough sunlight, enough water, enough lighting, everything, all the necessary measures, safety measures are taken care of. So all these things should be taken care of by the lower level managers. So now we have seen that top level managers have these all managers, and these are the functions. Middle level managers, their functions, and lower level managers, their functions. So this is the this topic ends here. Now the last topic of this chapter, which is functions of management. Now there are 5 functions of management: POSDC: planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Now in this chapter we won't be discussing that in very detail, because for each of this function we have a totally different unit. We have a unit in which we will discuss planning in much detail, for organizing, directing, staffing, controlling. For each and every topic we have a particular unit, separate unit. So we will discuss all those functions later on in this unit, in those units. Here only you have to see that there are 5 functions of management: planning, organizing, directing, staffing, and controlling. So this is all for today. Now you have to go through all these things. You just go through the chapter, you read the chapter, whatever I have explained here. You just go through the video, and if you have any doubt, we can clear it when we meet in the class. Till then, you keep watching the videos, and whenever I'll come for the next video of your next chapter, we will discuss that. Till then, you should go through all the 3 videos and stay safe at home. Don't go out of your house. Utilize this time for studies. All the best.